reality and the game combines. You have the what? Thinking class. Join us today as we talk about to manifest an asphalt. Don't manifest one. Let's talk about it today. Keep dropping. Salute to the thinking class. Let's get it, baby. You're live today in living color. Blast in the building. Get that like button to come in. That's right. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. We've been talking for the past 3 weeks on manifestation, and man, what's happening? What is happening with everything that's taking place? I'm going to talk about it. I know I'm going to repeat what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say this. We've been talking about manifestation, that you everything is you pressed out. And this situation has taken place with Dave Chapelle. If you don't know what happened, now this is, let me say it correctly. Allegedly, this is what took place. I'm going to make sure we in confines of what allegedly happened, because I wasn't there. All I'm seeing is reports of what took place and reports of the dude who got jacked up. So apparently what's going on, Hannibal? Apparently, dude jumped up on stage and thrust came at Dave Chapelle. Dave Chapelle looked like he shook him a little bit. And then I wish I could play Brand Nubian. I wish I had a copy, didn't have to do copyrights, but I would play Brand Nubian right now. Punks jump up to get beat down. To look at dude's arm that was all the way like this. And head looked like the guy off of Martin, when Martin got beat up and stunned by B, wherever the case may be. It's a sad case. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this whole thing of trying to be clout chasing, to get notoriety, to be like somebody's going to recognize you. We really need to talk about this. This has gone too far now. This has gone too far. This has gone too far. You at this place and you jump up on stage. Y'all forget. Everybody that you see wasn't born a star or born into the social economical class that you think. And they haven't forgot where they came from. I'm just saying. Yup, punks jump up to get beat down. Yeah, I'm just saying. Everybody didn't grow up in the same social economical class that you think. And they remember what it was to be out in the streets, or to even, if they weren't in the streets, about how to fight. So what's happening is we got a lot of little dudes, people trying to test their boundaries to get clout for one thing, to get notoriety, with clout and notoriety, pretty much the same thing, and because you don't agree with it. Was it even worth getting your butt kicked? Was it even worth getting your butt kicked for this whole situation? Was it even worth it? Was it even worth it? Was it even worth it for you to even get your butt kicked? And then to look at your arm. I mean, I swear to God, guys, I seen the picture and I'm not going to post it because it was pretty, looked sort of crazy, but his arm looked like it was out of socket and was this way. You may not agree with what a person says. You may not like it. You may not feel that it is offended you. You feel some kind of way. Don't let your actions not match up to you getting beat down. Or let me say this again. We are not condoning violence in any kind of way. Let me emphasize that clearly. I'm not condoning violence in any kind of way. Not any kind of way. I'm not condoning somebody getting the crap beat out of them. But when you cross the line, you might be manifesting your behind getting kicked. I'm just saying, when you cross the line, you might be manifesting your behind getting kicked. What's going on? The Renaissance. What's going on? I'm just saying, people got to realize that we got these two generations. One who don't respect authority. Then we got the other generation who understands authority. If you cross the line, you might have to reach these. You might have to get these hands. The craziest thing. Let me tell you the craziest thing. I had to walk away. I got to change shoes. The craziest thing. Where are my other shoes at? I got to put my other shoes on. They're much more comfortable. The craziest thing is this. Y'all got to see it. You go back. I seen it today. Of all people, what's going on these nuts? Of all people who was there was Chris Rock. Of all people who was in, what's going on these nuts? What's going on, Sharice? What's going on, everybody? If all people who was there was Chris Rock, why did Chris Rock have to be there? What's going on, John the W? He jumps on the mic and said, "Hey, was that Will Smith?" Y'all better stop playing with these people. Will Smith got that off the first time. Let's get it off with Chris Rock. But if you look at Dave, he scuffled a little bit and got out of it. Security was on it. He said, "Was that Will Smith?" Right. I'm telling you. And then, dude, he was like he's not dead. He jumped up there with a weapon that looked like a gun. You gonna jump on stage? Wait. Let's get this. How you gonna come into an event like that and you got a weapon? And we look at it according to the law. We look at it. That's premeditated. You wanted to manifest this whole situation. But in you manifesting this, you did not see that your behind was going to get kicked. I got to give a clap on that one. And all of that, you did not see. You had to think about this. I'm going to come up there and I'm going to have this thing that look like a gun. It's a knife. And I'm going to jump on stage and get Dave Chapelle. So you had to, in your mind, premeditate that. You went into a place of manifestation. I'm going to manifest this. You got up on stage, but when you didn't think about the end of your manifestation, I guess you didn't go to the real end. We talk about manifestation. You didn't see that your behind was going to get kicked. It beyond getting kicked. It was tore up. His head got lumps on it. I seen the picture, little blood coming out his nose, arm and like it's out of socket. They had to, matter of fact, and for all y'all think it's staged, it could be staged, it could not, but you can't stage a butt cooking. I'm just saying you cannot stage a butt cooking. I don't care what you say. I mean, there's a lot of actors and things like that. And you can, and the crazy thing of it, for Chris Rock to be there. Right, John the W. Crazy part is because he seems to be giving himself up at the end. He could still sue the venue. He could sue it, yeah. Then this brings the whole thing. Thank God Dave Chapelle had security there. What if this situation turned ugly and now this is on camera? This could have turned completely ugly. I mean, we sort of laughing and joking and sort of talking about it, but it could have turned completely ugly. Are we living in a generation of people who have no regards for the arts, for laughs or jokes? Are we that? Are this generation of men and women? So we're talking about the men because it's just definitely a man's channel. But the men are so sensitive, you can't say nothing to them. They're gonna get you, man. They're gonna beat you up, man. You so sensitive that nobody can say nothing to you. You get wind in your jaws, like my grandfather used to say, looking like a squirrel with nuts in his mouth. So this must be like, right. So now the door is open to attack comedians now. Sensitive punks, right. That's why I said punks jump up to get beat down. I wish I could play Brand Nubian, but if I play it, I know they're gonna be like, strike. I don't want another strike, but they're gonna give me a I ain't gonna get to monetize this. So I'm saying this to say this: you got to be careful what you think you're gonna manifest. You got to be careful what you think you're going to manifest. You better make sure that you see the end result of what you say is going to manifest your way. I got to say it. I'm telling you, this could have turned completely ugly. We joking about it. Chris Rock came in there. Was that Will Smith? It could have turned real ugly. And it's interesting when I looked at the video how Dave got out of there like a basketball player dribbling. He got right out of there. But at the end of the day, this dude is at his job, doing his art, doing his craft, and he gets attacked. And I mean, regardless if you like what he's saying or not, you chose to come there. You chose to come there. You chose to show up. You paid your ticket, or if it was a ticket, most likely was a ticket you had to pay. You chose to come there. You chose to say, hey, I'm going to participate. If you don't like what this the thing, even on these YouTube streets and everywhere else. I mean, let me say this. People will come in, comment, say all kind of things, but you chose to come and listen. Ain't nobody make you do anything. That's what make it even weaker. That's what make the situation even weak. This person, this young man, chose to go to the event knowing what he premeditated to do. We can say manifestation. He didn't see his manifestation getting his butt kicked, but then probably did not like what Dave Chapelle was saying. And Dave Chappelle's been saying some things that a lot of people don't like. But oh well, because everybody say stuff that everybody don't like. Get over it. Stop getting your panties in a bunch. Loosen your wig up a little bit. You chose to go there. You chose to do that. All you got to do is walk away. Ain't nobody forcing you. People forget that they have a choice and not to watch or listen to what they don't like. Come on, Cerise, that's it. The one exception doesn't make the rule. If you can't handle the get the and try to ruin it for everyone else, correct. People, this is applicable to manifestation. Like, how are you going to tie all this together? Because it's a choice. It is a Mickey Ficky, thank you, Grandma, Mickey Ficky choice. You choose to, I'm going to listen to this video and I'm going to leave some crazy comments. I don't like what you said. You ain't right. You said this. Who told you? Nobody, your opinion means nothing. Nothing. If you don't like it, don't like the words of Papa, don't get mad, just leave. Don't get mad and just leave. Now, I understand there may be some things that you feel is coming against your rights and what you think. Everyone has that. But we got people who you can't say nothing to them. You can't say it. If you knew half of the things that were said to me when I was a kid from my people that I grew up with, from different people that said different things, you had to get tough skin. And what happened is we got a generation of people who don't have tough skin. or they can't take that someone criticizes their point of view and that their point of view is only right. Your point of view ain't always right, and it ain't going to always agree with other people. Now, with the case with Dave Chapelle, this whole thing with Dave Chapelle, you look at one clip of it, and I'm not going to play it. You look at one clip of it, you see that he's pretty much sort of winded, got himself together, and got back on it. That's what Chris Rock grabbed the mic, was that Will Smith. But you got to look at that. After the adrenaline was gone, after the security then stumped the dude out, allegedly stumped the dude out, beat him up, took care of him. Imagine when you had to go to the next venue and you got to now have security, double security, because you don't know who else is going to want to try it. You don't know who else is going to want to jump up to get beat down because they don't like what you said, or they're trying to clout chase. That's the real issue right there. There's a lot of people who think this is the way to clout chase and to get notoriety. So when we used to talk about, for a while, this word called trolling has now become people used to troll online. Now they want to troll in real life. Let me say that again. Most people people like to troll on people. Like I just seen something with Drake and this guy and the guy responded to Drake, said something slick, and then Drake said something back to him and went into the guy and added the guy's wife. It's trolling. Drake is wrong as well as the guy is wrong. But now people want to troll in real life. And then they want to come up on you. I don't know what area you grew up in, but the area I grew up in, you troll like that, it's going to be some consequences. You're going to be some little bit of talk, but there's going to be some consequences, and somebody's going to feel the pain. That'll be the last time you troll, or hey, that is it. And that's where I hate this. I don't want it to come to that. And please understand, I am not on this broadcast. Repeat for the algorithm. I am not condoning violence in any way. But I'm also not condoning somebody coming up in my space and thinking they're going to attack me. Just be very clear. I am not condoning violence in any kind of way. But I am not controlling what's going on with you. I am not condoning somebody just because you don't condone violence don't mean they can't get their butt kicked. I'm just saying. I understand the whole thing about who turned the other cheek. I am not giving you the other cheek. Y'all better stop all that. That is the reason why it turned the way it did with Chris. If Chris Rock were to say, yo, man, and snap back at Will Smith, potentially this would not have happened to Dave Chapelle. If Chris Rock, he handled it professionally. He didn't want to get out of pocket. But if Chris Rock would have handled Will Smith correctly, potentially this wouldn't have happened with Dave Chapelle. Now we got guys, men, women, whatever the case may be. Oh, shoot, I can say something. Now I can do something. Oh, really? You can do something? I'm about to say the word. Negro, please. That's the thing. That's the thing. You think you can do something. You think you can do something and you can't. Thank you, Cerise. I condone self-defense, protecting my personal space. Tell him, homegirl, tell him. You got to come out the clouds and say that one. But yeah, but now we got people, you got these dudes. I done seen a lot of stuff. I mean, the last thing I remember, and that was back, y'all was probably when I don't want to say that situation. If Chris Rock was solid like that, he would never have made the joke. Yeah, that's one side of it. That's one side of it. But at the end of the day, now we got another situation. Now we got a whole nother 2 weeks talking about, I'm not going to be talking 2 weeks. I'm going to still talk about manifestation. Now we got a whole nother situation going on. Now Dave Chapelle is in the mix. Now we got to think, who going to be next? Who gonna get jumped up to get beat down? I think when this happened to this young man, it was a Clarion call. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't stage it. Don't think you can do this, because your manifestation will be that your butt will be kicked. I think that was the call that was happening last night. So all you want to be, I'm going to say something, I'm going to jump up on stage, I'm going to do all this. There was a Clarion call last night, a Clarion call. There was a call. Don't jump up to get beat down. Don't cross the limits, because the limits will cross you. And Dave Chapelle handled it like a G. His security team, or the security team was there, handled it like a G. They were protecting the valuable asset, what was Dave Chapelle. And that's what we got to look. Some people just don't care. Some people just don't care. They just want to get the notoriety, man. I don't get it. Are you that starved for attention and love that you want to do something to get your butt kicked? I seen them on the stretcher. The arm that looked like it's out of socket. They put, I don't know why they did that. That's the most hilarious thing to me. The arm that's out of socket. Let me go to this camera. The arm that's out of socket. They got it handcuffed to the gurney, to the stretcher. I don't know why they didn't put this hand that's messed up. Well, I guess they figured they put the handcuff on this arm that's messed up, that's out of like this. Ain't no way he gonna try to jump loose. Ain't no way he gonna try to jump loose. But the other hand was free, and he had on the them gloves with the black glove with the fingers cut out. And I'm not going to say anything else, because I'm not looking for any kind of that heat on here and anybody talking crazy, whatever case like that. But I'm here to tell you, this got to stop. This has to stop. It seemed like it should be a joke or be funny, but this ain't funny no more. And you got to think about it. What if somebody came to your job and did that at your job? What would you do? How would you handle it? How would you take care of that? And this is what I want you to really think about it. This was unfair first to Chris Rock, who happened to be there, but it was also unfair to Dave Chapelle. Now, like these nuts put in there, now we got comedians now got to be on alarm, because now nobody can take a joke. Nobody can take a joke now. Nobody can take a. I see what you said, Sharice. Right. Nobody can take a joke. His elbow was facing a whole different direction, like they turned his body backwards. That's when you know you got beat down right there. I mean, I hate to say it. That's when you know you got beat down, when it was like that. But we got to really think about it. We got a lot of people who are too sensitive. And that's men and women. You can't tell them that they're wrong. You can't tell them that their stuff don't stink. They go to the bathroom and they come, power puffs come out of there. You can't tell them that they ain't wrong or that they ain't right without them getting into their feelings. Feelings, nothing about feelings. Please, if you can't laugh at yourself, and this is, I think, when I think about it, I mean, it's in all seriousness, you got to think about it. Why isn't an attack on the comedian or the joker or the one who brings truth through humor? Why isn't an attack on those who brings truth through humor? Why isn't there an attack? And I had to think about this, and I'm processing now. Why is it an attack? Is it that they can't take the truth, or they can't stomach the truth? So that's the reason why the humor comes in, so that you can stomach the truth that's being given. And that lets me know we're in the age of people who cannot handle the truth, even when it's wrapped around and baked with humor. So what they want to attack is they're really attacking not the humor, but the truth of the humor. See, there's no need to attack something unless it offends you and it's in you first, and it was baked around with humor, or it was coupled with humor. Because we know some people can't handle the truth straightforward, directly. So what you do is like what the comedians do, they give you the humor with what? With truth, or they give the truth with humor. They can't accept truth but love deception. Correct. Very, very, very true. Humorous facts. They can't take the truth. They cannot take the truth. And so we have a lot of people who are unable to take the truth of what's taking place. So what they want to do, they have an immediate reaction to the truth wrapped around in humor. So what this young man did was, I don't know what his mindset was. It's probably gonna come out later what he was coming in there for. I'm guesstimating, not saying this I know it for a fact or for truth or whatever. I think he was offended by the jokes that Dave Chapelle has been saying for a while about the certain community. So this is his way of dealing with it or processing it by attacking. So you can't play the victim and then become a victim. You can't play the victim and then say, I'm a victim, but then you attack, and then you want to be now you attack someone on stage, and then now you want to be a victim again. That doesn't work. The issue is, whether it's true or not, is how you respond to a situation. So I'm clearly believing that this individual, this young man, couldn't handle the truth that Dave was saying, and he had a reaction. You know how you get something and the reaction is, oh my God, it messes with you, and he had a reaction. But this is the thing. He didn't have a reaction then. He had a reaction coming into the venue, because he already planned what he was going to do, because he wouldn't have the alleged weapon with him. That's right. That's why every comedian should have hands, just in case. So let me say this again. So this has been brewing inside of this individual, and maybe more individual. They say, finally, we're gonna get Dave Chapelle. What? We gonna attack him? We're gonna do it. We're gonna shut him down. I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna do this to him. This was premeditated. This was not something that just happened like that. Because you wouldn't have been what? You wouldn't have came in there with the what? With the alleged weapon. Come up to me, okay, I'm hitting you with the tiger uppercut, right? How that he took it with it in his own dumbest fault, right? His own fault. How that he took it was his own dumb. It was his fault. But just because you don't like something, don't mean you got to go and get. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean now you need to go attack people. That lets me know the immaturity of his emotional state to do that. And also let me know that he was looking for attention that he did not know he was getting, because he manifested a straight up butt kicking. He what? He manifested a straight up butt kicking, not just a butt kick, but a butt kicking. And thank you, John the W. He is going to jail. In the old song with the Fat Boys, in jail without a bail. He's going to jail. He is done. Now he has to also deal with what Dave Chapelle is now going to have new material on this situation. Dave Chapelle and I know he's very intelligent. You're watching Dave Chapelle. I know what you potentially could do. What you may do is reach out to the young man. You know, I reached out to the young man that came up on stage. And we had a conversation. I'm going to bring him out right now. Sit down here, young man. And he's going to make it. Dave Chapelle is a master at making situations like this a learning lesson for everyone. Premeditated assault and attempt murder is extremely dangerous crime. Thank you so much. That's right, William. So Dave Chapelle is going to take this. Hopefully he does. You listen, Dave. You know, I know you about 4 or 5 hours away from where I'm at in Ohio. Make this a learning lesson for all those who are listening. All those who think they can jump up on stage and realize that brand Nubian is going to come out of nowhere, punks jump up to get beat down is going to take place. Take this and teach this young man and teach these generation that you can't just do something just because you feel like it. And that there are consequences for your actions. This is what this guy didn't realize. He thought he was going to get away and do this and be no consequences. Baby, there are consequences for your actions. Now Dave Chapelle has an opportunity to even sue this guy, take him to court, and make sure and can potentially have him rot in jail. But knowing Dave Chapelle, he's not going to do that. Mark my words. Dave Chapelle is not going to do that to that guy. Probably not going to press charges. But baby, the material that is being created and crafted right now is going to take Dave Chapelle to another stratosphere and reaching more people. You got to learn that even in this situation, Dave Chapelle can flip this situation and turn it into his favor. That's you got to look. So even though this individual manifested a butt kicking, this butt kicking is now going to manifest Dave some more money in the till. So this whole situation is going to manifest for Dave Chapelle, to now manifest what? Somebody getting into the pocket. Shout out to Alfie Kingdom coming in with the $5, put the 5 on it. Salute, big brother. You got the army hat on, you got to kick someone's assets or no. I had to put the army hat on, bro. You know, I had to put it on. I had to put it on like T.I. How T.I. put the hat on? I had to put it on like T.I. today. You know how T.I. be putting on the hat, barely fit on his head, be having it on just like that. I got to put it on like that, like I'm from down south, shawty. Manifested money in Dave's hand. That's exactly what happened. See, I got my hat on like T.I. Manifested money in Dave's hand. That's all he did. Whole situation. See, I got my hat on like T.I. T.I., don't you come on here talking crazy, man, expeditionally. Don't you come on here, T.I. I know, don't come on here talking expeditionally, you and Tiny. Talk about expeditionally. I'm a comedian now. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You know, I'm gonna flip my hat like, you know, put it on like that, like T.I. You know what I'm saying? How'd I look? What y'all think? See, T.I. might try to come over here and try to smack me or something, or whatever the case may be. Don't hurt nobody today. Don't hurt nobody. Expeditiously, you know what I'm saying? But Dave, dude, you got me clowning, man. Dave Chapelle, man, this is a classic money making. And I'm saying it's all about the money making, because I said humor has the ability, let me do like T.I., has the ability to make him money. It's going to make him some money. What you know about that? Yeah, what you know about that? Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. What you know about that? Expeditiously. Oh, man, y'all got me clowning today, boy. I tell you, baby. Got to put my hat like T.I. But humor has the ability to get the truth to you that you couldn't take straight. Some people like to get a straight shot. Some people like to get a mix so that they can digest or take the bitterness of the alcohol that they're trying to digest, or they're inhaling. So this situation is now going to turn into a learning lesson for everyone. Impersonation Wednesday. Expeditionally, yeah, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? We did bone, yeah, expeditionally. I'm doing it right now. You know that T.I. You put the hat on like that. You know what I'm saying? Put it back like that. What you know about that? I'm the king of the South. Let's get back to what I was talking about with Dave Chapelle. Let me rock the hat like T.I. though. So with Dave Chapelle, with this thing right here, mark my words. I don't believe he's going to press charges. I believe he may reach out to the young man, find out what's going on with him. Oh yeah, we're having the funny expeditiously. Yeah, we're having the funny bone. Yeah, funny bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yo, man, what's up, man? What's going on? Funny bone up in here. Don't y'all start, man. Don't y'all start, man. I try to teach on this manifestation. I really believe he's going to find out what's going on with this guy. And you're going to find out, and the days come, that this young man was really dealing with something internally, and that what he was manifesting, his butt kicking, let me put it this way, because I want y'all to get this. The butt kicking that he was getting, that he received, is what he's been giving himself because of his allegedly where he's at in life. The butt kicking that he received from the security team, allegedly, that this young man received at this Dave Chappelle's venue, is something that he's been receiving all his life. That's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to see. Watch what I'm saying. Watching these couple of days and weeks as it begin to unfold, like the same situation is still unfolding with Chris and Will. You're going to see that this young man was actually looking for something that was deeper. Expeditiously. He's looking for something expeditiously. He's looking for something. You're going to find a whole backstory about this young man. Who his mother was, who his father was, who his cousin, what happened to him. He's probably staying with his grandmother. He was told he couldn't do this, and now he's doing that. He got in him. He was looking. Now they're gonna put a watch on him when he even go to jail, so that he doesn't try to expire himself. See how I did that real good? I like that word. He tried to expire himself. There's a whole backstory to you, but this is the key I want you to get. When we talk about manifestation, good, bad, or indifferent, there always are. There is the cause, and then there is the effect. He caused himself to feel the effects of getting his behind kicked in. He caused that. Ain't nobody else caused it. He did. The other thing I want you to think about, wait a minute. I want you to think about this. Dave Chapelle has to now think, does he want to go back on stage again and face this situation or even address it? Because right now, Dave Chappelle is not saying anything, and which is the wise thing to do. You get your publicist, you're not going to say anything. You're going to let it simmer down just a little bit, enough so that you can say enough to address what's going on. It will be wise for Dave Chappelle. I know he's going to do it. He got an excellent publicist. He got people around him who care about his brand and what goes on with him. He's not going to say anything. He's probably going to make 1 or 2 statements and keep it pushing. But the next time he performs, everybody, like they did Chris Rock, is going to ask him, so what happened with the young man who came up on stage? What happened to the young man who came up on stage who tried to accost you? What happened to that young man? Where's he at now? Might have to do a true Hollywood story on the dude, on what happened to him. But in the just understanding, just watching Dave Chapelle, you understand his methodology of what he's going to do next. And I can be completely wrong. But understanding his methodology, he's going to do something with this situation that's going to, I've said it earlier, but I'm repeating myself, that's going to take his career to another level. Either it can go to more people are going to hate him, or more people are going to love him. But but you got to understand, everyone's not going to like you when you're in whatever business you're at. I don't like everybody's not going to like me. Vice versa with Dave Chapelle. Everybody's not going to like him. They're going to be some people that love him. So Dave has an excellent opportunity. This is an excellent opportunity. You got to look at it as an opportunity. Just like it was with Chris Rock and Will Smith. And we know, Jada, you better not come over here, Jada, messing with exponentially trying to come over here and mess with the mics. I'm telling you, you better not come over here, Jada. Don't come over here with that stuff. With your go, ball, head. Don't do it, Jada. But this is a great opportunity. I know I wanted to jump on it. I said, how does this do with manifestation? It has everything to do with manifestation, because this guy, baby, has manifested a butt kicking for a lifetime. So it has everything. It has everything to do with what are you entertaining? What thoughts have that young man been thinking about for him to say, I'm going to come up on stage and do this? This has everything to do with manifestation. Everything, because we're constantly manifesting all the time. Like William said, this was a premeditated assault. Premeditated. That means he took the time to think about this and before meditation. That means he did this. Hence what we do in manifestation. We premeditate what we want to take place in the real world. But what we can't do is, for this young man, he didn't premeditate the end result of what took place. He didn't do that. So with all that being said, I don't got too much to say about it. We'll probably talk about it some more later on, whatever the case may be. I don't want to overstep my welcome with this whole thing with Dave Chapelle, because it's still coming out. It's still taking place. Still developing. And I'll be honest, man, it had to be scary when somebody coming to you and you find out this dude had a weapon, allegedly had a weapon that looked like a gun, and they found out it was a knife. I mean, what would you do? Be honest in the chat room. What would you do if somebody came up on you like that? Don't you try to pretend. Don't talk about, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. What would you do if that happened to you? What happened to Dave Chapelle? What exactly what you do? Don't write it down in the chat room. Let me know what would you do? You have 0 to no seconds to think on what you would do in that situation. What would you actually do? How would you really handle that? Would you do like Chris Rock? Or would the guy end up like with the situation with Dave Chapelle? What would you do for real? How would you handle that? Whew. Stretch a little bit more. Suplex, you're right. Definitely. Coach Adams, you right about Coach Justin, you right. What would you do to that situation? Guy come up with you, and you don't know the word exchange that took place either. And the shock that was on Dave Chappelle's face, looking like, is this real? Or is this for fake, or this for play, or this stage? What in the world would you do? See, everybody got a opinion in a, you know what, asphalt. But what would you do in that situation? Would you do the same thing that Dave Chapelle did and his security team? Or would you like, no problem, just let it go. It don't matter. It just let it take place. What would you do? Y'all quiet in the chat room. Let me know in the chat room what y'all would do. I know what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to be honest. Y'all can allegedly and pretend whatever the case may be. Somebody gonna be brand Nubian up in here. Somebody gonna get beat up to get beat down. I'm just being somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna feel it. Can you feel it? They're gonna feel it. That's exactly what I would do. But as I said earlier, and as I'm closing with this, because it's 1:16 and I got to take care of some business. As I'm saying before, this is a prime good opportunity for Dave Chapelle. Good opportunity to take this situation that looked like it could have been a loss, and it could have cost his life. Let's be very clear. This could have, if the guy had allegedly had a knife, this could have cost Dave Chapelle's life. Y'all need to be very clear with that. This could have been very tragic, a very tragic situation. Very tragic. And you cannot say, because you feel like the victim, that you need to go victimize somebody else. Let me say that again. I got to say that with some, so y'all can feel it. You cannot say, allegedly, and I'm putting this in the letter, you cannot say because you feel like the victim, now you want to go victimize everyone else. No, brothers and sisters. You cannot do that. This situation could have been deadly. This situation could have took Dave away from his family, from his kids, from his wife. This could have been a tragic situation in all seriousness. And let's be very serious about this. This could have turned very bad for Dave Chapelle. Even his security team, if this guy really had a gun, this could have been all bad. Let's be very clear about it. We can laugh and joke about it, and I can say all these things, but this is a very serious situation. And in this world, we think that it's funny and that now they're going to make memes about it, and I've made some jokes about it, whatever the case may be, but this is a real situation. Dave Chapelle could have been, rest in peace, Dave Chapelle. He was a good comedian. We missed him. He did all the things. He was funny. Remember when he had the Dave Chapelle show. I remember when he disappeared for the $5 million, $50 million. We could have said all these things, but this is a serious situation. We cannot take lightly. We cannot take lightly as, first of all, let me get, because this is a man's channel. Men, you cannot take lightly your personal space or someone invading your personal space or those around you. This is nothing to play with. This is no joking matter. This is very serious. This is something that we really need to address, because this is the second time this has happened, and this ain't funny. All jokes aside, everything, I don't care what you think or what you say, it is not funny. Do not cross my personal space. Do not come into my area where you feel like you can do whatever you want to do because you don't like what I said or how I handled it. No, this is not cool. This is not right. I know y'all want to say, well, Jesus said turn the other cheek. I'm sorry, Jesus turned the table over in the temple. Jesus was about that life. And you got to realize this was not a cool situation. Not a cool situation. Not at all. I don't care. I know everybody want to look at it a different way, but I'm saying this. And then this is the thing. Even if it wasn't Dave Chapelle, if this was your local comedian that came in who's trying to come up, it's not cool. I know of a situation, let's be very clear. I know of a situation where someone did this to a pastor, but they didn't do that. They came up and shot up in the church. Oh, I know the first thing you say, the pastor must have did something, must have been doing that. No. Who gives you the right? What gives you the right to come and violate somebody's space? They shot at the pastor, shut a hole up in the church. Lawrence, you're speaking facts, brother. Get out of my space. Get out of our space. Yeah, I promise you. I'm telling you. No one has the right to come into your space. That's why whether y'all agree with him or not, whether you agree with the teachers or not, I have nothing but respect for the FOI and the Nation of Islam when it comes to protecting their leader, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I mean, not Elijah, Louis Farrakhan. When you look at their security team, when you look at the MTGs, go find out. If you don't know what the MTGs are, go look it up. Matter of fact, it is stated that the women are better security guards than men because they're more keen to detail. But the MTGs, anytime the minister would stand up and move a certain way, they stand up and glide and move with him. Their eyes are looking around, seeing if there's any threat to their minister. Anywhere he goes, there was that. They don't play. Right, the FY don't play. Tell him, man. Please tell him. Please tell them. The FOI don't play. They don't. Please tell them they don't want to believe me. Thank you, Father John. Please, MGTs. Thank you, MGTs. Muslim girl training. Please tell them if that was Tyson instead of the Rock, would have kept his mouth shut. Yep, Will Smith would have kept his mouth shut. Right. Fruit of Islam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving these clear definitions. Let me say it. I got to say it. The fruit of Islam does not play. MGTs do not play. Please understand that. Muslim girl training, if you ever seen them women in action, ever see them in action, baby, they do not play. The fruit of Islam do not play. Both are serious business, no doubt. Trust me. And it's almost looking like we have to get this for the comedians. Like you said, Coach Justin, think about it. If it was Tyson instead of Rock, Will Smith would have kept his mouth shut. He wouldn't have said a mumbling word. He wouldn't have said nothing. Said nothing. He would have been quiet as a church mouse. He would have looked at Jada and be like, well, I guess I ain't gonna say that this time. He would have laughed it off. But I'm here to tell you, and I gotta be very, 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 very specific about this. It was even during a time of raps that rappers would now employ the fruit of Islam to what? To protect them. And it looks like we're gonna have to get that to happen with the comedians now. Because these people have got out of control. Please don't, I promise you, the fruit of Islam and then the MGTs, baby, go look a video up of the MG. I watched the videos and I am floored. I am, how can I say that? Floored. I'm amazed. I am enthralled. That's a better word. I'm enthralled of the precision, the duress, very little makeup, if any makeup, the statuesque regalness of the MGTs, of these women. But don't cross these women because they will hurt you. They will hurt you. Same with the fruit of Islam. And I'm saying this because I have to say this. At the end of the day, we need to protect what is valuable to us. And brother, and I'm just, Ali Davis is several years older than me. We got to protect this brother. We got to protect people who begins truths. Just because your opinion, you may not like what somebody said. They didn't like what Jesus said. They wanted to get rid of, you see what they try to get rid of him. I'm saying all this to say, I'm saying that this is very, very, very important. Very important. Very important. Dave Chapelle, if you're listening, and I hope you are listening. I put stuff on Twitter, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Whoop, whop, it up, whatever, whoop, whop, whoop, whop. Dave Chapelle, man, whatever you do, please make this a learning lesson for everybody. If you need to employ the fruit of Islam and some brothers from off the streets to say, don't do it. You will meet with consequences. Please, 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 like my grandfather would say, Papa, Jonas McCall, if you don't like what he's saying, don't get mad, just leave. But you're right, Father Ja. Both are serious business, no doubt. No doubt. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And that's where we got to look at this. It's funny and all. He, ha, ha, ha. This happened to him. What's going on? Real talk. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, we can laugh about this all this. Yeah, this happened to Dave Chapelle. It happened to Chris Rock. And Chris Rock said, hey, is that Will Smith? Was that Will Smith? We can laugh about it. But the security, we need to value the people around us. Value, yes, Chris Rock. Yes, Will Smith. Yes, Dave Chapelle. We need to value. Well, I hear you all complain. Well, they got money and I can do with that. No, I don't care about that. That is a human being. That is a life. He has made an impact on this generation and generations. This is serious, brothers and sisters. We have to take it that way. And what happened is a lot of us, we can joke about it and everything. I can joke about it and make fun, but this is serious. We don't know the intentions of this young man. We don't know what his real intentions was. His intentions to get attention. So we have to take it serious. We have to not play about this. Matter of fact, you need to be like they do before you even come into the mosque or the temple. You get shaken down. You got to get shaken down. Got to get shaken down. You can't even, now it's to the point you can't even go to a comedy place to hear jokes about something that's going to bring truth to you about who you are in your life, whatever, without somebody getting offended. You got to get shaken down now. That's where we have gone to now. And that's a sad place because now we're taking what was designed as a tool to bring truth to us, and we're fighting, or they are fighting against it. It's serious, man. It's serious. It's serious. I hope that they do get the FOI, MGTs, to actually come up and actually protect. Y'all see something completely different. When you see those bow ties, baby, everything would change in your life. Change. I mean, change. You think about where you were. You think about, I need to go sit back and go pray. Everything would change your life. And I know a lot of people may not agree with what they say and how they, all that. I don't care. I don't give a rat's butt. I did security detail, so I know. Deal with somebody pulling something out. I know. So I'm not talking from a place of a spectator. I'm talking from a place of a participator. I've done security detail. So this ain't, let me be very clear. And I'm saying this for just Dave Chapelle. I'm saying this for real life. And I had no weapons. Did security detail. Well, you got to watch everything. You got to watch the door. You got to watch what's going. You got to watch what's coming in. You got to watch every movement. I know. I'm not talking from the side of my neck. I'm talking straight. I know this is a very serious situation. You've seen the things I've seen. So this ain't no play thing right here. This ain't for play. I understand when I had to be pulled back because I was about to get somebody because of a situation. Not you, LDA. Yes, LDA. We were down in Atlanta and then one time in New York. by the time in New York was by Grand Central Station. Somebody said something, blah, 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 blah. And I looked. And the other time was somebody like they pulled something out, they was about to be stopped right there on the dime. So I'm not talking from the side of my neck about security detail. I'm not talking about something that I do not know. I'm talking because at the end of the day, let's be very clear, we could have been saying rest in peace to Dave Chapelle. Could have been saying that for real. With that being said, I had to sort of end on that note because I want you to really get how powerful and how serious this is. I can joke about the guy and his arm being all messed up, and on some levels, I'm going to say it, and I'll take the heat for him. We don't condone violence over here. I'm all for the whole rap song. You're headed for self-destruction. You can stop the violence. I understand that. But if you cross my space, I have every right to defend myself and what belongs to me. That being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the bell, because YouTube has some kind of way. This happens to everybody. They hit with the whole thing. They take subscribers and they add them and they take whatever the case may be. Hit the bell. Subscribe. Leave a comment about this. This is serious business right here. You will not hear the end of this situation with Dave Chapelle, and you're going to hear more about this young man. And I guarantee it has to deal with some kind of, I'm not going to say. I know what it has to deal with. And you can't play the victim and attack and play the victim. I'm tired of that stuff, all these victims. You can't play the victim. Can't play the victim. You cannot play the doggone victim and do some hideous act like that and then play the victim. I'm out, man. Y'all got me riled up today. I'm peace and beard grease. Wa alaikum salam.